So how many of us are experiencing a mirage? What do I mean by this? God has spoken. Every single time you feel like you're too close to the promise that He spoke to you, or to the things that you've been praying for, or to the desires that you've been wanting Him to answer. But every time you get close enough to it, it goes further. Now, I want us to have a brief discussion on why that is. And I came to realize what happens is that at times God elevates us to new seasons, to new opportunities, and to new environments. But unfortunately, we forget that elevation is not just physically or moving from point A to point B. It's also about the transformation of the mind. So what happens is that we end up moving from point A to point B, which is correct, but we want to thrive in point B using the mindset of point A. So it's a call to all of us, especially those that are transitioning, those that are moving from one point to the other. Yes, there's the excitement of moving, but let's also remember to update our mental software. That is a great challenge that most believers that are transitioning end up facing. But the question again comes to, how do we transition? How do we transform, or how do we update this software? Now the question comes to, who is the owner of the software? The Bible tells us that let this mind that was in Christ Jesus be in you also. Now, Christ is a constant factor in all this, but the knowledge that is required to thrive from one season to the other is what is different. And we all know the source of all this knowledge is Christ. So how do we get this knowledge from Christ? It calls us back to having that personal relationship with Him, because only He can guide you in your new season. Only He can tell you what are some of the things you need to forget, and what are some of the things that you need to uptake in your mind. What are some of the updates that you need, mental updates that you need to have in your mind. So let's go back to embracing our personal relationship with Christ, and in doing so, we'll be able to get the new manna for the new season. Thank you.